Hello, I hope everyone's doing fine. Today I will be solving a linked list question in C. This question has been taken from the UCF Past FE website, and as you can see, I've taken this question from the summer of 2024. So let's just dive straight into the question. Let's read the question first. So given a singly linked list, complete the following user-defined function. Definition: move head near tail. The user-defined function moves the head of the nodes of some singly linked list that is passed to the second last position of the list, the node that comes before the tail node itself. The following figure shows a sample scenario. The function returns the head of the modified linked list. You may assume that the linked list pointed to by the head had at least 3 elements. Okay, so that makes sense. So a couple of things before going straight into the question. We have been provided that there will be at least 3 elements in the linked list, so we don't have to worry about any edge cases where there's only the head the linked list is equals to null, or are only like 2 elements, because if there are only 2 elements, we don't even have to do anything, right? The head element is already kind of towards the end, right? So we don't even have to do anything if there are only 2 nodes in the linked list. So I've drawn a couple of like examples here so we can better understand if you weren't able to understand the question fully. So in this scenario, let's say we have 3 nodes, right? We have 1, 2, and 3. After we have called the function on this linked list, the linked list should look like 2, 1, and 3. Like the starting node moves or points to the end node, and then this becomes like our new head, right? So that's what was happened. Another test case is something like 5, 8, 1, 10, 11. After we are done with it, it will look like so 5 would point towards the end node, and then 8 will become the head node. So our final would be like 8, 1, 10. This was the previous head, now it's at this position, previous head, and now it's pointing towards the end node. So that's what we're doing. Now let's draw another test case uh, ourselves. So let's say we were provided this list, right? I want you to uh, pause the video for 1 minute and then draw the example before I do. So, all right, hopefully you paused the video and you were able to get the answer. So the answer is just that, right? After we have called the function, it should look like something like 5, 7, 8, 2, and 9, right? We have moved the head node towards near the end node, right? This was the head and this was the end. So that's kind of what the function is asking us to do. Now let's actually solve the question. So the function provides us, the question provides us that we don't even have to worry about any test cases where the linked list might be empty. So I'm not going to do that. So what we need to do is we need to traverse through this linked list, right? We need to traverse through this linked list, and I need to stop at a point where I know that the next thing is null, right? So I need to kind of stop here. So what I can do, I can say is if like the next to next is null, then I want to stop, right? So I'm going to do if next to next is null, I kind of want to stop here, right? And then I want to insert my head at this position and make this my new head. So that's what I'm kind of want to do. So I'm obviously going to need a traversal node for this, which is, I'm just going to call it, let's just call it node underscore t traversal, and we will assign it the same address as the head. So now I'm going to draw it here. So what we have done is we have made a traversal node, which is the same place as the head. So head and traversal are at the same place. And I'm going to write a while loop, right? So while t arrow next does not equal to null, t equals to t arrow next, right? Hopefully that made sense. So what we're doing is essentially is like we're checking if the next to next node is not null, then I want to move my t over here. And then if next to next node is not null, I want to move my t over here, and so on, right? So that's what we're gonna do. And at some point, I'm gonna hit a place for, like in this example. So in this example, what is gonna happen is We're gonna do next to next is not null, so T comes over here. Oh, sorry, my bad. T comes over here, and then I'm gonna do again next to next is not null, so T comes over here. But at this point, next to next is null. So I'm just gonna stop here, and then I'm gonna insert my head, which is 1 at this place, and that's what I'm gonna do, and then 7 is gonna become the new head. So that's what we're essentially, that's what the idea is, right? So now I'm gonna create a node for the new head, right? So because we'll need a new head of the list, so we'll do node underscore, sorry, cannot write today, node underscore T star, let's call it new head, would be the same address of head arrow next, right? So this would be our new head, right? Because the second node will be our new head. We can actually do the step over here as well in the beginning, but let's just do it here. It just makes more sense over here after the traversal. So once we have done that, and I know my temp node has stopped at this place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, which is my original head arrow next points to the same place as temp arrow next, right? And then and then temp arrow next points to the same place as head. And then I'm just going to return the new head, which is nh. So hopefully you were able to understand it, right? Let's do another example. Let's do another small example. Let's use red. Let's do 2, 3, 4, and 5. So after we've done, so let's just run the code on this, right? We'll have our head node here, we'll have our traversal node here, which is gonna traverse to the linked list, and we're gonna have our new head over here, because this is gonna be the new head, right? And we don't even have to worry about any test cases where there are only 2 nodes or less than 3 nodes, right? So we can do this part without any concerns. So what I'm going to do is we're going to say if temp arrow next to next not null, which is the case, temp comes over here, right? Again, I'm going to do temp arrow next to next, which is not null. In this case, I'm going to come over here. Then I'm going to do again temp arrow next to next. Wait, I think I made a mistake. Yeah. Sorry. My temp comes over here, and then I'm going to do temp over next to next, which is not null. I'm going to come over here, right? From this, I will do temp arrow next to next. Oh, okay, I was right. So I'm going to come over here. So temp arrow next to next, in this case, it is null. I'm going to stop over here. I'm going to insert the head over at this position and return this new head. Hopefully you were able to understand this question. If you do have any problems, let me know. And I will obviously uploading this the whole image to my GitHub.